You are listening to a Pleasure podcast. For more from our Sex Podcast Collective, visit pleasurepodcasts.com.
At what point you're supposed to have sex during the labor? So how, this is like a small window, no?
It can be long. It can be long. I mean, this is
like a
advice
day.
I got
Your
from my
sister
yoga
was in
instructor.
labor for 36 hours.
Welcome to Sex Talk with my mom. I'm Cam Potter.
And I'm Karen Lee Potter.
That's my mother.
And that's my son.
We chat about sex on a weekly basis and all the things you typically don't talk about with a parent.
We like to make the most uncomfortable conversations comfortable.
So strap in,
Strap on.
and enjoy the ride. Sneaky freaks, we're going where we've never gone before today.
This is the first time we've actually had a nice discussion about pregnancy. You would think with Sex Talk with my mom, we would have had this discussion, but I don't think we ever had in over 490 episodes.
Nope, and we decided it is time because one of our favorite sneaky freaks, a dear friend of the show, she's been on. She last came on April 4th, 2019. She talked all about pegging. It's Ginny. It's Ginny Hogan.
Ginny Hogan, people. She's hilarious. She's a
an
writer.
incredible writer,
Stand-up.
comedian, sex writer.
Right,
She's a perfect person for this show. We're delighted to have her on.
right.
Let's welcome Ginny.
Welcome to the show, Ginny Hogan.
Ginny Hogan, welcome back.
Thanks for having me. I'm so happy to be here.
Freaking thrilled that you're back. The last time you were on was episode 196. It was called The Power of Pegging.
Yep.
Do you remember this
Yep.
episode?
I do. Yeah, very clearly.
Several
and I
years
remember
ago.
pegging. It's the first and last time I ever pegged.
And we're at episode 489 now, so it's been a
Oh
while.
my gosh! Congratulations! That's so exciting.
Yes. Thank
Almost
you.
500.
Well, it was so fun. You know, I got an email from, I don't know how, Mom, if you knew that this is how this interview came about. I got an email from Ginny inviting me to do a project with her.
Okay.
I got
And
hacked.
I was
got
pumped. And then I messaged Ginny. I was like, "Yeah, I'm down to do this. Give me more details." And she was like, "I've been hacked."
It was
Wow.
so embarrassing. It was so embarrassing.
Well, I was very excited, and then it led to this beautiful ignition,
Reunited.
a
and it feels
reunion.
So good.
Well, what exactly what you had said though was I said, "How's it going?" You said, "I'm good. So much has happened. I got married and I'm pregnant."
Yes. Yeah.
That is a lot.
These are a lot
Yeah.
of updates.
A lot of I'm so used also when people ask me how I'm like what's new. It's just like very much my response to be like nothing, everything's the same. And I can't like do that now. Like I feel like I did that like 2 weeks ago and I'm like very visibly pregnant and then I'm like I'm pregnant. I guess that's new. Like
That's a big new thing.
I remember when
Yeah.
I was pregnant, people would just like come up to me and say, touch my stomach, and I'd be like, "How do you know I'm just not fat?" Well, how are you going up and being so bold?
I really think it takes a while before a person clearly looks pregnant. Like I think you have to be like in your third trimester before I think it's safe to assume someone's pregnant.
How deep in are you?
I'm at 30 weeks, so I'm like 6.5 months, almost 7 months.
Wow.
I'm
It's almost
deep
there.
in.
It's so
I know.
exciting.
It's exciting, yeah. Well, Karen Lee, how are your pregnancies?
Oh, my pregnancies. The first one I had preeclampsia and it was hospitalized for several weeks before I gave birth. And when we were off camera before, I was just telling you that I was like saying to the doctor, "Get this thing out of me."
Me?
And- no, your
Jess?
sister.
Yeah?
Yeah. I said, "Get this thing out of me." And the doctor goes, "Just know that for the rest of your life, you will always think of someone else first. So enjoy this time when you can just think about yourself."
Do you think that he was accurate?
Hell yes.
You've always thought of someone else first?
All the time. Always thinking about you before everybody else.
Oh. Before even the other kids?
No, just kidding.
Wow.
Yeah.
How is it feeling for you, Ginny?
I think I'm having a good pregnancy. Like nothing really has gone wrong, knock on wood, so far. But it sucks. I hate it.
Oh no.
Yeah, I don't know. When people say, "Oh, you forget about the pain of pregnancy," no, you don't forget it.
What does it feel like
Yeah.
in there?
Okay, so the first trimester was the worst. It's so tiring. I was sleeping like 16 hours a day.
It's
Horrible
brutal.
nausea. Yeah, and it's like also very like it was hard to eat anything. Like I would like have cravings, and then could only eat the thing I was craving, so I couldn't eat any vegetables or whatever, fruit, and I wanted to like be healthy and like eat stuff with vitamins in it for the baby, but I really couldn't. And then that kind of let up after like 3 months. And then the second trimester, I was just so tired still, but I was able to like move around more and like eat more normally, and I was awake more hours a day. And then I got diagnosed with like low iron or like anemia. Which, yeah, it's very common in pregnant women because you need like 50% more blood for the baby. So
Jeez.
then I got put on these like really heavy iron pills, which actually they made me feel really good. Like mentally, I had so much more energy. I think I had been like pretty low grade depressed, and then I was like all of a sudden in a good mood. But
Whoa.
they're so hard on the stomach, and it's like now I'm just like, yeah, horrible acid reflux, constipated, like.
I hear you, sister.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You also have been using your pregnancy in the content on TikTok, and it kills me. I actually brought one of the links up because you got 8,000 likes on this.
Should we play it right now? Can we play it? Is that embarrassing for you?
No, go ahead. I mean, it might be embarrassing.
Here we go.
Obviously, right now is a weird time to be pregnant because it's just like, ugh, this is exactly what JD Vance would have wanted.
Well, how has this new administration affected your pregnancy? This was you saying that this is exactly what JD Vance would have wanted.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh my God.
And you got 8,000 likes.
I mean, I feel
I'm
like
not talking views, 8,000 likes.
he's like obsessed with like women having babies. It is like very like I actually got I'm like a long time like I don't know what the opposite of a fan is, but like long time with JD Vance and
A hater.
not being a hater. Like I think well before other people. Like I'm not, honestly like by like September I was so bored of him, and everyone else had kind of become a hater. And we went to the courthouse to get married because my husband needed to change his driver's license or something. I can't remember why, but we went in July, and we went like the day that JD Vance like became the vice presidential running mate. It was like in July, and I was just like sitting at the courthouse like scrolling my phone waiting for them to call us, and he gets announced, and I was so annoyed. And I was like, well, now I'm gonna get married, so I should like be happy, but like, ugh, JD Vance. And then,
So for those people who aren't that political, what would you say the essence of why you hate him so much?
I think I hate him because like he hates like women like me. Like he just goes on like he's young. He's like in 40 or something. Maybe he's 41. And he loves to like rant about like educated women who care about their careers and like aren't sure they want to have kids and put off having kids. And like I at that time I kind of decided I wanted to have kids, but when I started following him, had not, and a lot of my friends didn't. And like he, like I feel like he'll go on rants like making fun of childless cat ladies. He makes fun of women who freeze their eggs. Like it just felt like he really has like a vendetta against women against like feminists of his generation, and like feel like women used to be more traditional and that was like a better time. So I think that's what I hate about him. And then he's just very like he's like a phony. But that's true of a lot of people, I think. Yeah, I think it's probably that, like, I think the reason I probably feel more strongly about him than other politicians is because he's, like, very young and there's something, like, kind of familiar about him.
Something about The Handmaid's Tale brings out
Yeah, he's
essence
very
of JD Vance.
Yes. Yeah.
Right.
Well, you had a comment here from someone named Kat Thub who said, I've managed to give birth at the start of COVID, and now I'm due in a week. I can't be pregnant anymore because there's clearly some sort of curse. So you had so many comments, too, just like this. I guess it really resonates with a lot of people, especially women of childbearing age.
I mean, like, it does feel like a horrible time to have a baby. It just feels like a horrible time, kind of. I don't know if you guys are feeling that way. COVID also feels like it would be a horrible time to have a baby. And I just like, I got pregnant in July, and like, I can't do anything really about the timing. I don't like, and we started trying because I got like diagnosed with a low egg count. So, I didn't want to wait like too long and like, see what happened with this whole world thing.
How old are you, Ginny?
I'm 33, and yeah, I think I probably would be able to have a baby in 4 years, but they really make, I don't know, like when you're in your 30s, they make it sound like it's like a huge panic. Like my gynecologist was so adamant that I like either freeze my eggs or like start trying to have a baby. So we started trying. But then I got pregnant like almost immediately. So I think that I definitely could have waited. I don't know. Like,
Did your gynecologist know JD Vance?
Maybe, yeah. That's totally possible, yeah.
Well, Cam's sister just had a baby.
Exciting.
I'm
4 months ago.
I'm a new uncle.
He's an uncle.
Nice.
I'm a grandma. And I
Yeah.
got to tell you, it is phenomenal. So all this pregnancy stuff goes away because you're going to love having this newborn baby. It'll keep you up every night, but still is adorable.
Yeah. How is she doing? How's Jessica
She's doing great. What did you say she's doing?
She's
She
doing
had
great.
we had to exit with the fire, so she had to take this baby on the road.
Yeah.
That's scary.
I am curious that because it sounds like you started trying, you kind of knew immediately when it happened. Do you know the point of conception? Do you know the event?
So you like they estimate it from the date that your last period started and then how big your like gestational sac is, which is the thing that holds the baby, how big that is, and then they give you a due date, and then your conception date is just 40 weeks before then. So I don't know if that's actually when I was or when she was conceived. I didn't go back and look at my calendar and see if we had sex that day. / I don't think I could remember.
Do you have a lot of sex in general?
We're newlyweds, so I would say so.
Even now,
definitely-
7 months in?
No, the pregnancy has slowed it down. The first trimester, barely any because I was feeling so sick. Now more actually. And like, it's been good sex, but I'm just like, pregnancy is so physically uncomfortable. Like, and I can't lie on my back, and it's just, it gets in the way. So I wouldn't say we've been having like a ton of sex, but we've now been having sex like once a week.
That's a lot for me.
Yeah, it's
pretty
a lot for me
good.
too. It's a lot for me, but we were literally newlyweds, so we were having like.
Well, I remember my 4th trimester. I was super horny. I don't know what happened. The first, maybe
I mean,
the
your
3.
4th trimester is when
mean,
that baby's out.
When was it exactly? The start of the 2nd trimester.
I go to prenatal yoga. Actually, so I do go to prenatal yoga.
Oh, that's so
and
good.
but then I go to this other like gentle yoga class that's basically like geriatric yoga, and it's like me and a bunch of old ladies. And
Yeah, I'm in that
sometimes-
class, by the way, Ginny. That's
yes,
my class.
What is it called? Gentle yoga?
It's called restorative yoga.
Yes.
And I love it. I also call it schluffy time because I basically go to sleep.
Yeah.
The people next to me are farting or snoring. It's a fun yoga class.
Yeah, I sometimes just lie there the whole time. But and every once in a while, like it's usually me and these old ladies. Every once in a while, another young person comes who's like not pregnant, and I'm always like, "What are you doing here? Like this is not the class."
I brought my boyfriend Dee's, and halfway through, we're just getting into the last position or whatever. She said, "Do a happy baby," which is basically you stick your legs in the air and hold on to your feet. And all of a sudden, he turns to me and goes, "I'm never doing this again. I just hurt my back." I'm like, "You hurt your back doing happy baby?"
Restorative yoga.
In restorative yoga? Are you kidding me?
Everyone else is sleeping.
Yeah, and he's wincing in pain, saying he's never going back. I said, "Does it have anything to do with the fact that you walked 11,000 steps in dress shoes the day before?" No, it's a happy baby. Okay.
That's really funny. Yeah, this class is, well, I don't know, maybe he'd find this class also too intense because it's a lot of stretching. But one time I was the only person there, and the instructor basically just took me on like a dry run of birth, and she was like,
What?
this is what you need to do when you go into labor. You have to start doing squats, like practice these squats every night, and you want to like make sure that your hips are really open. And she told me that once I started going into labor, that I should have sex, we should have sex because the semen would like get, I don't know, the induction moving. So we're gonna try that.
Are you gonna get an epidural?
Yeah, I think so.
Thank the Lord. I do not understand these natural childbirth shit. Okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Get the goddamn epidural. You wouldn't want to have an appendectomy without anesthesia. So why would you want to have a baby without anesthesia?
Yeah. It's my hope. I hope to deliver vaginally, but I feel like I know a lot of people who get pushed into C-sections.
That's a different story. I agree with you on that.
At what point you're supposed to have sex during the labor? So how? This is like a small window, no?
It can be long. It can be long. I mean, this is
like a
advice I
day.
got
Your
from my
sister
yoga
was in
instructor.
labor for 36 hours.
Yeah, she didn't seem like she would be up for hanging.
I don't think it's like gonna be a time I'm really excited to have sex. I think it's gonna
Let
be
me tell
like,
you something. My husband walked in. I said, "Where's the anesthesiologist?" And he goes, "I couldn't find him." I'm like, I turned into like the Exorcist. My head rolled around, and I said, "Go back out and get me that anesthesiologist. Do not come back without him." Okay, so that's what you got to look forward to. I turned into she-devil. Maybe you'll be calmer.
Just come back.
Yeah,
Did
he
the
came back
anesthesiologist-
and gave me, and half of it worked. It was because Cam was a 9-pound bowling ball.
Oh, it's my fault.
You were
9 pounds is
the
a
biggest of all. It's a lot.
Yeah, it's a
So-
lot of love in there.
A lot of love in there. I always say though, that was the most challenging that he's ever been. It got better after that.
Aw.
Isn't that sweet?
Cam was your
But it was
biggest.
brutal.
Cam was your
That
biggest.
was the biggest.
9-pound bowling ball. Jessica,
And it was-
5-pound C-section after 36 hours of labor. Oh my God. Don't even go there.
Don't
wow.
even
Was
go
Jessica,
there.
Was Jessica early?
Jessica had to be induced because I had that preeclampsia. But by the time the third one came, I could have had 10 more after that. I got the epidural as soon as I walked in the door. I said, I'm in total pain. Give me the epidural. And next thing you know, out popped your brother.
Ginny, have you had any? I mean, I know when you're pregnant, people tend to give you a lot of advice. Have you got any strange advice? I mean, the one that you suggest that you heard about having sex during labor is a little unusual. But anything else that you were surprised by or were like caught off guard by?
I was told in my third trimester I was supposed to be always leaning forward, and my friend, she went to like this like hippy dippy midwife, and she forwarded me an email from them that was like, when she went into her third trimester, their email was like, "You're now in your third trimester. For thousands of years, women in their pregnant women have been leaning forward to pick grains and barley and seeds, not leaning backwards. So please always try to be leaning forward when possible." And so I got like an exercise ball that I sit on, but I still I much prefer to lean backwards. It's like, I don't know, but a lot of times I feel like I'm sitting like this, like kind of on the edge of my chair, leaning forward, like a really overeager, like football coach or something. It's just weird. I'm trying to think of other, I've gotten a lot of like standard advice. A lot of like, in the first trimester, people recommended a lot of products for the nausea. And yeah.
Are you still doing stand up during this whole time?
Yeah. I just stand up
Wow.
on Sunday a lot less. But I had a dream of like filming a new hour when I was like 8.5 months pregnant, like
my
really
God.
long. But it's not gonna happen. My hour's not there yet. It'll have to be after I give birth.
Wow. Props to you for still going out.
You should write another book.
I do have things I'm working on. A couple of things that are pregnancy related, like sort of shorter things, but the stuff I'm working on, it's like stuff I was working on before I was pregnant too.
So your book is called the one that you already published.
I published one like about a year and a half ago called Sex for Lazy People. It's very short. Actually, I should promote the one that's like being pushed on Valentine's Day at Barnes and Noble. It's called I'm More Dateable Than a Plate of Refried Beans. It's like a short humor book about dating, but it's interesting. Like, I was looking through it because they sent me a new they sent me like the copy that they're putting on the shelves, and like it's all about dating, and I haven't dated in so long, and I used to think about it constantly, and there's like kind of a like weird nostalgia. Like, I was reading through it a week ago, but I used to just be so like I don't know. Yeah, it made me feel kind of old, and just out of the loop.
Do you miss the dating world now that you're not dating?
No, I can't say that I miss dating. I think that there was like, I think I miss being like plugged in. Like, I miss like being able to joke about it and write about it and know what like all the, current dating frustrations are and stuff. And I love talking to people about dating.
I just remember something you wrote initially was so funny. One of your earliest, I forgot the title, but you are a very funny writer, and we love having you on the show. And I love your TikTok videos and Instagram. And yeah.
Yeah, no, it's really great to catch up with you guys. But yeah, the pregnancy's been mostly smooth. And I think because I know a lot of like women who had kids older, were like treated as so like high risk, and like the doctors were so cautious and whatever. I feel like very grateful that I don't like, they haven't really had to like take any steps or like freak me out about anything. So I think it's going well, but it's not my favorite stage of life.
I have some questions that we generated with ChatGPT's help.
Nice. Great.
I was wondering if you can answer these for us.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, are you planning on having any other children?
Maybe not. We've decided that we are going to assume not, so that we like really try to appreciate when it's like really hard.
Idea. That's a very good idea.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be really hard in the beginning, but just try to remember that we might never get that like age back again. And
yeah, I was the opposite. I did the opposite. I basically couldn't wait. Take that pacifier away. Take that blanket. Cam had the blanket till he was like 10 years old. I had
7.
I had to bribe you with
a car. You said I'm gonna get you
a laptop.
No. Dad said I will get you a red Mustang, if a Mustang convertible, if you get rid of the blankie.
That's so
and
funny.
I love this fucking blankie. But I took the bribe.
You took the bribe?
And I didn't fucking get any red Mustang convertible.
You got a red Ford Thunderbird.
I bought that myself.
All right.
No, that is the reason why I bought it, because I never got the car.
Oh. He doesn't hold a grudge or anything.
16. When you were 16?
I bought it, when I was 22.
Okay.
Yeah, I had to wait a bit.
And all the other 55 and up were driving that car.
What was your favorite age with your kids?
I like when kids are 3 to 5. I like when they can tell you why they're crying. I like when they're mostly toilet trained. And then I like when they're teenagers, because then I can talk shit with them. But the rest of the time, not so much. 6 to 11 boys. I mean, I thought the boys are going to sit like my daughter's little girls and paint for like an hour and ceramics and stuff at their birthday parties. I did it for your friends. They lasted maybe 5 minutes of painting, and then they started cackling each other. They're like little bears. I didn't know what to do with them. I was ready to have a nervous breakdown because their parents weren't coming for like an hour, and they're already like doing world wrestling.
Oh my God.
So yeah.
Ginny, how do you? So it's a little girl that you're having?
Little girl, yeah.
Were you happy and relieved about this? What were your feelings when you found out?
So relieved. I don't know what I would do with like a little baby penis. Like, it would just like really weird me out. Like, yeah, I think I have a lot of concerns about having a boy. So actually, we're the 5th grandchild on my side, and the 4 others are girls. So it would have been kind of cute, and I think we're gonna be the last. And so like it would have been cute if like the youngest was like a little boy running around after these older girls. But other than that, I really wanted a girl, and I feel really relieved. Yeah.
Have you
Yeah,
picked
my
out the name
husband-
and everything?
No, we've been discussing names, but we're not set on one. My husband also has strong like girl dad vibes, so I think it's like that. I think it's better. Yeah.
That's a good sign.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Girl
Yeah,
dad vibes
yeah.
are a good sign.
Especially if you're having a girl.
Yeah.
What questions did you want to bring up?
Yeah, so I consulted ChatGPT to find out some questions to ask someone who's recently been pregnant. I gave them a little background that you are a stand-up comedian and sex writer. And so this is what they said. What's more exhausting, carrying a baby for 9 months or carrying a conversation with a man on Hinge?
I'm gonna have to go with baby because on Hinge I was very comfortable aborting, and which, by the way, I am pro-choice, but I didn't want to abort, so I had to leave this baby in for a long time.
We're glad you did.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah,
Has being visibly pregnant changed how men flirt with you, or are they still as clueless?
I don't feel like men have been flirting with me. I do think there is I think there is like a sexualization of the pregnant woman in general, and I have a theory that, like, and it's kind of, it's not
Yeah,
the worst.
what
'cause
is that, by the way?
Yeah.
I never thought that. But then that's a thing. It's a porn thing, right?
It is. I think that, okay, I have one theory, which is that, like, men fantasize about having sex with any type of woman they haven't had sex with before. So I think a lot of men have not had sex with a pregnant woman because they're often not single. So you need to kind of get your own pregnant woman if you want to have sex with one. So I think, like, an unmarried man probably maybe hasn't had sex with a pregnant woman. I mean, they're definitely, like, you get, like, your, like, breasts are a lot larger when you're pregnant. I feel like self-conscious. I don't feel like, I wouldn't say that I feel like, I think some pregnant women do feel really sexy and like love it and want to take a lot of photos and stuff. And I'm not, maybe I think I might feel that way more in my third trimester. I don't really feel that way right now.
So you're not
But
taking
no.
the nude pregnant photos?
I always assumed I would because that's like my personality, but I haven't had the desire to. But I really think like maybe like eight months in, I'm going to be like, I need to memorialize this.
Cam, do you think you'd like to see my nude pregnancy?
No.
I would like to.
Your nude pregnancy
literally,
photos?
I did not take any. I think I saw a couple pictures recently.
Wait,
when I'm going,
but are you talking about nude? Like she wasn't saying she wants to take it nude.
Yeah.
I would take it nude, just like for myself.
Oh, really?
Well,
Oh,
or
shit,
I would
I
do
didn't
like
know
a
people
photo
do
shoot
this.
and do one nude.
Right. I just
Ah.
saw I saw a picture of me and I just saw my pregnant belly, but I didn't take it. That was
See,
not. a thing.
this is what I've only seen pregnant photos with clothes on though. You know,
No, when I
or
was
with the
pregnant, it was
body
not the
rep-
same. I was walking around with like a tent. It was not like you're wearing these skimpy little bikinis with your belly sticking out.
Mm-hmm.
No, that was not a thing. When I was pregnant, it was like cover up, like you're going to like wearing a burqa.
Yeah. Well, I did not know that people take these nudes as well.
I mean, there was that famous like Demi Moore pregnancy shoot with
Oh, yeah.
Annie Leibovitz, and that I think maybe got the ball rolling on it.
She did a
Ah.
lot she invented the word cougar, basically. Demi Moore, and she's right now
Yeah.
nominated for Academy Award. I love that woman.
Yeah, she's great.
We had a couple more. Do you still want them?
Yeah.
Do you have a name picked out yet, or are you waiting to see what's trending on Twitter the day that baby is born?
I'm not waiting to see what's trending on Twitter. I did make the joke during the election. It wasn't a great joke, but my dad is like a Trump guy who very performatively would mispronounce Kamala Harris's name. And I would always be like, we can't name her. Even if Kamala wins, we can't name the baby after her because it would be weird if her grandfather couldn't pronounce her name. But I also
Wow.
don't. Yeah.
How is that
but-
for you? How is that having a father that is a completely different background, political?
We don't talk a lot about politics, so it's fine. But I mean, it was worse during the election. Actually, he doesn't live near us, so we haven't seen him in a while. But worse during the election. But we kind of we'll get in fights and then reach a détente where we don't discuss it. But I don't really think we're gonna jump on any trends. I don't want to name. I have some ideas of names. I want a name that's like kind of like my name in that like there are other Ginnies. I know of them. I meet them, but it's not a common name. So I want her to have like, I don't want it to be like she's the third person with her name in her class of like 20, but I want her to know, like I want to kind of her to know other people with a name. Maybe there's like a writer with a name who she can kind of like if she likes the writing, that kind of thing. I want it to be like a little bit uncommon, but not like a name you've never heard before.
It's a great call.
Yeah, like when I gave birth to Jessica.
Everyone was named Jessica at the time.
Every I didn't think so. At first, I wanted to name her Lindsay. And then I'm like, I don't even know how to spell Lindsay, so that's not a good idea. So at the last minute, I changed to Jessica after Jessica Lange, who was an actress, and didn't realize that it was the most common name in America.
Crazy.
So then when I named you Cameron, I didn't realize that it was that uncommon.
I was named after her favorite soap opera star.
Cameron Matheson? No, you were not. You were named after Cameron McIntosh.
Cameron McIntosh, the famous musical producer and director
Of Les Mis.
of Les Mis.
Yeah.
Oh,
Not Cameron.
very cool.
Cameron Matheson is hot, but I didn't
You
know him.
always said this is your
And it was-
namesake.
I met him years after you were born.
Huh.
Anyway,
Anyway, the final question. What's your biggest fear about becoming a parent, besides, of course, raising a child who grows up to enjoy improv?
My immediate fear is like sleep deprivation. Like the only parenting books I've read have been about how to get your child sleeping through the night quickly and like what you need. Because in France they do it really fast, so I just really want to do that. I think my long-term fear is like just like having a good relationship with them. I know like, I mean, I feel like like mothers and daughters, there's always like a rough time, like in the teenage years, but just like trying to be as like not judgmental as possible and open-minded and kind of be open-minded about like ways that childhood is different today than it used to be and trying to like learn from her. But that's my fear, is that I'll like maybe be like too judgmental or I don't know. I guess, yeah, that's my concern.
I think you're going to be a wonderful
I think you're going to be 100% fine. I don't know where all these other...
The fact that it's even on your radar is a good sign that you're not going to end up in that direction.
The teenage years, they're fun.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I think so much of that movie Lady Bird, which I feel like really captures like the mother-daughter dynamic at that age. But I'm like, you know, I expect that we'll fight and stuff. Like, it's not that I don't want to ever fight, but just how, like, I don't know, like always how to always make her feel like I'm on her side, and I don't know. And then like concerns about, you know, like how hard childhood is these days, and like teenagers are so depressed, and like it feels harder to be a teenager than it used to, and so trying to like help her navigate that. But those are like not kind of immediate fears.
And I don't necessarily think they're going to ever exist, because it didn't happen with me, so it may not happen with.
Yeah, that's good.
All
That's
that,
good.
all
That's
that
good to hear.
stuff that they're warning you against, I'll throw it out the window.
Okay, that's good to
I'm
know.
very excited for you, Ginny.
Yeah, I'm really excited. Yeah.
We think you're going to make an excellent mother. You're an excellent
so nice.
comedian.
Yes, and so if people
Which is the
wanted
number
to
one
find your
qualification.
right now, if people wanted to find more of your work, where should they go?
It's all on my Instagram at Ginny Hogan _. That's like the main one I use now, because all the others are so in flux. But yeah, Instagram Ginny Hogan _. You can find all
And
my
you've got
shows.
this- And this new book is coming out.
It came out a little while ago, but I have like a couple things I'm working on that hopefully I'll be able to announce in the next, maybe not in the next few months, but in the next year, post delivery.
What is the due date?
April 20th.
So that means it's a Taurus.
420. Yes, I'm a
Right?
Taurus
420.
too. I'm a Taurus. It is 420, which is funny
420,
because
you're a
I'm...
Taurus. This is
Yeah.
all good.
Wow.
This is
Yeah.
Bashir.
We're gonna roll one out for you. Roll one up for you.
Yeah.
Roll one.
Yeah,
what
please
is
do.
it?
You're going to roll
Please
up
do.
a joint and celebrate?
Yeah.
Yes, please do. Yes,
This is such bullshit. I might, but he will not.
If you roll one up, I might take one hit
All
for Ginny.
right. Yeah, we're going to be doing that, Jenny.
Thank you
Hold
so
it,
much.
Ginny
I'll
doesn't
send-
even smoke.
No, I'm very sober. I don't do anything.
Yeah.
My husband occasionally smokes weed, but I think I'd be mad if he was like high while I'm in labor. So
Yeah, no.
I don't think he's gonna get to
I
this
didn't
year.
even like when your father went out to get a sandwich and ate a pastrami sandwich in front of me. It was like, what the hell are you doing here?
Yeah. Well, I've heard they often don't let you eat once you get into the hospital, just in case you
Right.
need a C-section. So we're
Oh.
gonna try to wait on going into the hospital until I'm like ready to pop.
You're gonna be boning,
Yeah.
ready to
Yeah.
go.
Yeah.
You're gonna be fine.
You're
I
gonna be
can't
great.
wait
Yeah.
to hear about it, and I can't wait to see the pictures.
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm really excited. I'll send you guys a picture as soon as I have one.
Please do. Thank you so
We
much for
love
coming
you.
on,
Of
Ginny. We
course,
love you very much.
Yeah, it was so great to catch up with you guys. We'll talk soon.
Talk to you soon.
Bye.
Bye.
Okay.